Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 recreation build, which is a series where I recreate a TV or movie set into The Sims 4. So today I decided to do another Disney house. I think, let's see, 2 weeks ago maybe I did Sleeping Beauty's cottage, the very little one that she stays in with the fairies for her whole life before like most of the movie starts. But yeah, today I decided to do Mulan's house. I I was looking through Disney films to be honest because I felt like I wanted to do another Disney movie recreation build. I had a few ideas from the movies that I saw, so I decided to do this one first. I thought it would be easier than it was, but it was actually really challenging. The outside looks good. It looks really good, actually. I'm very proud of the outside, but the inside, not so much. I sort of ran into a few problems with the inside. Number one being The Sims 4 does not have any items that even remotely resemble like a traditional Chinese house, as far as I can tell. The second problem was that, well, there just isn't actually a lot of Mulan's house shown in the movie. And even when it is, it's like very, very empty. It seems like there's only one or two things in each room, which I'm not really sure if that's like traditional Chinese housing, that's how it goes, or if that is because they didn't have a lot of money for like animation backgrounds, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not sure. Also, another huge problem I had with this build was that I don't really know what traditional Chinese houses look like on the inside. I tried to Google it, but Google, for once, was not very helpful to me because I couldn't really find a consistent answer, if that makes sense. Like, there were a lot of pictures of random traditional Chinese houses, and I'm gonna put that in air quotes because none of them really looked traditional. They looked very modern to me, and I'm not sure, maybe that's just how they are now, but I don't know. It just didn't seem. I didn't seem any that really stood out to me as like, oh yeah, this is what they look like, because they were all different, and I don't know. They weren't like the very traditional way back in the day kind of traditional housing. There was just a lot of the style house, which has a name that I will put in the description, but I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I don't want to butcher it. I feel like I will just offend someone if I try to say this word, but there is a name for this type of traditional Chinese housing that has the inner courtyard, and it's actually a lot more elaborate than Mulan's house from the film. There's like many fences, like at least two from what I can see. So there's an inner courtyard, and then there's usually an outer courtyard, and then you have these buildings in the center, kind of like around the inner courtyard, I guess. And it seemed like there was a fairly consistent layout to these houses, so I did put that in on the inside. It seemed to be that the back building, the one in the middle, was a building for the head of the family and their bedrooms, I guess. A lot of things also called it the main room, which I'm not sure, maybe also contains the like living room area and possibly the kitchen. But since this was a very small build, obviously the actual houses are much bigger than my sim build, so I just decided to put the head of the families in that house, which I believe would be the grandmother and the parents. I think that's maybe how it goes. Or maybe it's just supposed to be the grandmother, but regardless, I put both of them in this main house. I put each bedroom to the side, and there's a little hallway in the middle. You'll see when I do it, but for the most part of this house, I didn't put doors in. There's doors, obviously, from the outside into these small buildings, but inside there are almost no doors, except for into the bathroom. But I have to mention something about that later. But yeah, I will continue with my layout story. So yeah, to the left building, I believe, was well, I put the dining room in there. It didn't seem like there was a very specific purpose for that building. A lot of the layouts I saw had like the sons with their married families and children, like they would stay in that outer house. That was a lot of the layouts that I saw had that situation. As far as I can tell, pretty much the whole family stays in these houses for their whole lives. Like, the sons get married and bring their wives in. The daughters probably move out to their husband's family's house at some point. But yeah, then to the right, I saw a lot of the layouts had like unmarried children, daughters, sons. So I put Mulan's room over there because she is not married. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I did in this house. There were quite a few rooms that were just empty, especially in Mulan's little building, because there is a scene in the beginning where she leaves her bedroom and runs through like 2 different rooms that basically have nothing in them. So I kind of had to make up those rooms. I didn't put a lot in them though, like I said. They're still pretty much empty. Because I am trying to recreate the actual Mulan house. But since there is so little, I did have to go off the plan a little bit to make it livable for the Sims. So yeah, but I mentioned earlier about the bathroom. Here's the thing. I sort of forgot the kitchen in this house. I don't know how that happened, probably because I wasn't thinking about recreating the kitchen, because there is no kitchen scene in this house. So yeah, I didn't put one. I put the bathroom in like the dining room building, but I didn't put the kitchen. So what I'm going to do before I upload this is I am going to take the bathroom out of this dining room building, which I am working on right now, and I'm going to put the bathroom instead in the outer barn. It's supposed to be a barn in the show, but obviously there are no animals in The Sims 4, so I'm just gonna put the bathroom in there. I didn't have a use for that building. It was just empty. So I think it will make a better bathroom. And then I will put the kitchen where the bathroom is now. So, what I'm doing right now for the dining room, I struggled with it because traditionally the dining room is a very low table with pillows around it that you kneel on, basically. And so, obviously I couldn't make that actually a dining room or a dining table. I mean, in The Sims 4 like that, because that just would not work out. So what I did instead was I just put a coffee table with these ottoman chairs. They sort of look like pillows a little bit. So yeah, that was as close as I could get it. And then I just put a little table somewhere else. It's in this room now, but I put it in Mulan's building later because I don't feel like it fits there very well. Also, I used that side room to be the room with the father's armor. He has like a whole case that he keeps his armor in, and that also is a very empty room as far as I can see, so I just put that in the smaller room and called it good. I get rid of all that stuff that's in that room right now because I was trying to make it both a sim build and Mulan's house, and it was just so difficult. So difficult. These windows, though, I was glad I found these windows because they do seem a little Asian inspired a little bit. Just the design of them just make me think of that a little bit. But actually, the red design is supposed to be on the outside, but I thought it looked better on the inside, so I put them on the inside. I think they're actually very close to what the windows look like in the game, though, or not the game, the movie in Mulan. The windows do kind of have that red, I don't even know what to call it, like the pattern, the X pattern in the windows. It's something similar to that, but yeah, it's very difficult to get this build. There's just nothing in this house. I know I said that, but it's very hard to build a house with nothing in it. The one thing I did see a ton of was drapery in the house. You probably noticed what I'm doing here in the middle. Ugh, and my cat is trying to get in my office. I hope you can't hear that in the background. Anyway, there's a bunch of drapes in the house. You can see that in every shot of the movie that's in their house. There's like huge drapes everywhere. So I'm gonna assume that is something that is in a lot of houses like this, maybe? Or maybe they just did that to fill up the background with something so it wasn't empty. Either way, I put a lot of drapes in this house, and I think, I don't know, I like some of the drapes. Some of it seems too much. I tried to put a lot, so yeah, I like what I do here in this room. I think it looks kind of cool, and I don't know, it looks really drapey to me. I don't really love the thing in the dining room area, just because it looks, I don't know, the curtains aren't right. The middle curtain isn't right. I like the other ones, but yeah, that square curtain, I couldn't find anything else that was that same blue color, so I went with that one, even though I don't think it really matches with the rest of the house. The bedrooms I also struggled with, mainly because I did not know what kind of beds to put. Because, I mean, I think, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure in these traditional Chinese houses, they like kind of sleep on the floor. Like a small bed, like a mattress type thing, I think. I'm not entirely sure, and I didn't look it up. I probably should have. But I didn't really know what else. I couldn't do that in The Sims for sure, so I didn't really know what kind of beds to put in these rooms. You do see a bed in, I think Mulan's parents' room is maybe the only bed that you see. Oh, and Mulan's bed a little bit. But yeah, the only thing I noticed was that there was a lot of drapes behind it, and I couldn't really tell if it was completely on the floor or raised up a little bit. I did try to include the nightstand, and I put this little scroll thing on the nightstand to kind of represent the little, I don't even know what to call it, that like little summons paper that he got from the army. So yeah, that was the best I could do. I tried to find something else that would represent that, or even a hairbrush to symbolize Mulan's hairbrush that she kind of puts in place of that. But yeah, I didn't find anything good. Mulan's room was also pretty hard because she doesn't seem to have anything in her room. I end up taking out the dresser, I think, as well. And I just have that one wardrobe that's supposed to be her father's armor case, which I think looks really good. It looks like an armor case to me, so I think it's okay. But That's the only dresser in this house. There's going to be a very small kitchen, one bathroom to the side. There's really nothing you can do in this house except to live in it. But yeah, I think I did the best that I could. I don't know if I could have done any better, to be honest. It was very difficult, very difficult. But that's about the end of this speed build now, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you have any suggestions for builds you want me to do in the future, please let me know. I am planning to do a build from Smallville probably next week. I have to watch the show first, but I'm excited about that one. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!